happen next. And we had a great community of support. I think in so many places, you know, if you don't have a community with your church, if you do not have a relationship with God, if you don't have a supportive spouse, you know, Bobby has been great through everything. My family's been great through everything. So I think all of those things really have to come together for you to be able to just, and it doesn't mean that you don't have those minutes and those days. So just, you know, one of those things you just kind of
as long as they just don't, you know, become your whole lifestyle. They're a passing thing, and I've talked about that with grief. Is, you know, grief happens, but if you stay there, that's where the problems come from. Okay, so that's probably one of the ways you live well.
Oh yes, it is.
Is, you know, by you know, having a really good church community, relying on, you know, family support and friends. Zija.
Yes, that's the oils. Our nutritional drink is how we start the day every day. We do.
Tell about that.
Okay, so we start with one called XM Plus.
Okay, so here we'll get it on camera.
So it is Moringa oleifera at its finest. I'm going to say.
I will say that one more time because that
Moringa oleifera at its finest.
That's a mouthful.
Our company was the first to bring this to market, and so they have perfected it. I take Bob with me because he gets the technicalities. I'm just the person that likes, you know, all the pretty things, but Bob's like, yeah, this is what they do. This is shade dried. We control the whole process. We control the planting, the harvesting, how it's packaged, so that everything that we do is is the best. It's pristine when it comes to us. The founder of our company is amazing. He had started 2 other companies. They are still in existence today. He just is a nutraceutical. I mean, he knows it. I mean, like, he is the guru of nutraceuticals. So we're excited about it. We have our scientist is Harvard graduate from, you know, a PhD. I'm going to say that right. Am I right on that? 9-year program in 3.5 years with a family. So #1 in this class. So I have really a lot of confidence in our company. I meet with these people. They're servant leaders. They're out with us all the time. And it's not like they're not approachable. So if I have questions, I can call. Just a tremendous company to be around. But the products themselves, that was where. That's what sold it for us.
Packaging on the product too, where it is, you know, packaged on this, is FDA certified. And one thing that
the facility is, yes.
The facility is, and one thing, nutritional supplements do not have to be FDA certified yet. They may someday, but this one went ahead and certified FDA.
Not the supplement, but the plant.
The plant.
The
certified it.
Not the Moringa oleifera.
Right.
The building, yes.
The building, facility.
Right.
The facility.
Because he had the foresight to know that this was going to happen. And so if it happens, let's just be ready for it. And I think that's why you have such amazing leadership with this, with the company of Zija. They truly care about you. They call me at different times. That's nice. When Mom was going through all of that, I had tons of posts from my Zija family, as you want to call it. And, just people coming up to me at different events, and they had kept up with everything. But my mom was the one, she was on it. And I think that's probably our biggest thing now, is one of the last times Mom was able to talk and kind of tell me what she wanted me to do. And I was like, hey, I get to go see Dr. Plant this weekend. And her admonition to me was, go see what will help other people. Oh. So it's a tremendous product. It's helped us. It's helped my whole family takes it. Our grandchildren take it.
Now, what does it do for you in the morning?
I take the XM Plus because it has natural caffeine, and so yes. But it's a complete. It's all your nutrition. God made our bodies. God made the tree. It's got some
protein in here. No.
It's got all your amino acids and omega acids. We do have a protein drink. Yes.
Okay.
The Moringa oleifera. I can't even
it is a
Please excuse him.
It is the most nutrient-dense plant in the world that we know about. I'd have to look at the details on how much calcium, but it's calcium and the vitamins and stuff that's in there. And it grows in harsh climates.
It does have more protein than yogurt, I think.
More protein than yogurt. That's nice.
Everything from the vitamins that you would have in carrots, the vitamins, the calcium that you would have in milk,
1 gram
those things.
Per package. It has a gram per package. But the thing with the Moringa oleifera too is kind of how I've been explained, that it is so complete that when you take in protein, your body can only take in the protein if you have everything else in balance. If you have so much vitamin this, this, and
That's
that.
why some of those
If you have 50 grams
funny
of protein,
diets
yeah.
where they're like, you just eat protein, or you just,
Right.
you know, eat carbs or eat whatever
Right.
you want and just count some points. You know, I don't want to diss everybody's thing, but it's
Right.
not. It really lacks a complete.
Right.
It lacks the focus.
So the
sometimes.
moringa oleifera makes it complete before the protein ever comes into your body. We have a protein actual drink that we just really focus on the protein. And so we just now came out with plant protein, and that has, I think if you look up on Yahoo Finance or something, it's really hit big with the people that do plant protein.
Okay. Really neat.
It is just, it's amazing. It looks like swamp water. A little disclaimer there.
What does it taste like?
I love the taste.
I could drink it all the time.
Yeah.
Can you equate it to anything?
No.
Do you add some oils to it?
You can.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that actually can't handle the taste because there's a grit to it. It's never been heat processed. So it's always going to be like a pixie stick kind of grit to it.
Dissolve, it stays in suspension.
Right.
Okay.
So you just shake it the whole time that you're drinking it. It's going to look a little bit green like swamp water in a sense. It's got so much chlorophyll in it though, so it is a natural detoxing when it goes into your system.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So I love it. I'll give you some. You can try it. The super mix is just straight moringa oleifera.
Okay.
It's got more anti-inflammatories than any plant that you're going to find. I think 30, I'm going to get my numbers mixed up, but it's around 36 or so natural anti-inflammatories. It's got more anti-carcinogenic or anti-carcinogens than any plant that they have found in nature. So I think that's the most exciting thing about it. If you just go to just the National Institute of Health and Google moringa oleifera.
Okay. National Institute of Health.
NIH.
Or
Article.
Yeah.
If you ask your Surrey what's the most nutritious botanical, it will tell you moringa oleifera. So I mean, it's just a neat place. It's a neat company. It's got, the products are great. They work really well for us, but you know, it's not there to treat, or you know, we're not the people that, we're not your doctor.
Right.
You don't take the place of going to your physician or anything like that.
No.
It does different things for different people. And so what it does for me or Bobby, it may not do for you, that type of thing. So that's not what we're about. We're just trying to it's all about nutrition for us. And just the basis is if you put the right nutrition in your body is going to run at optimum. That's all.
That's how I always like to run.
Right.
That's what I say, you know, life is hard. You just don't really know what you're going to face during the day, and you really got to be ready.
Right.
And your health is the best starting point.
Right. That's how, you know, that's why we want to always make sure that people go see their doctor, they take their doctor's advice. This is not anything to say anything like that. This is strictly just saying, you know, put the right nutrition in, put the right fuel in your body, it's going to run better.
Oh. Now, Bobby, how do you live well?
Well, if we do farm work, then since I'm a diabetic, and exercise and activity is to my benefit. So the farm work, I try to make sure it's physical. There are some things I might do a little bit easier than I do, but I try to make sure that I'm physical in doing that.
Right.
When it gets to where that backs off and I'm not outside as much, then I try to make sure I'm walking and stuff doing that. But then of course my diet. I try to watch what I eat. Sometimes I do very, very good, and sometimes I slip up.
Sometimes a moon pie appears randomly. We don't know why. It just happens.
I don't know how it got there, but
it just happened.
He just, he
So you really like moon pies?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you going to make it through the holiday season? What do you do to not?
Actually, for the most part, I am very disciplined.
Okay.
In trying to watch what I do and what I eat. But sometimes during the holidays.
He's going to make it just fine because he gets chickens next week, so he's going to go nonstop after this show goes off.
It's not unusual to have a 14-hour day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it'll be nonstop. He'll do the Zegen, he'll do our whey protein mix pretty much, and then we have a fitness line for athletes, which is pretty funny because we don't use it like most athletes do. We use it in the chicken houses, but the Recover and that type of thing puts back into Bob's body. You know, the houses are like 95 degrees, you know, so you don't realize how hot they keep the houses for the baby chicks to come in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he's in coveralls. So, you know, we try to keep him hydrated the whole time that he's over there.
And you have 2 houses?
Yes.
So how many chickens?
20,000.
What?
So 10,000 in each house.
But now the chickens run free too. I mean, they're over there. There's no caging or anything like that.
But you don't sell chickens to the public.
We do not.
No, we're under contract.
Right. I just want to be clear in case you're
no. That's why I wanted to be clear, just so that people understand these houses are huge. These chickens run free in the houses. On our part, we're just the growers.
I know there's a lot of negative media.
There is, and that's just
We practice biosecurity. In other words, my neighbors or anybody, I'm the only one who goes into the houses, with the exception of the technicians with the company.
Right.
On that, and again, that's another one of those things that keeps your food safe.
I know there's a lot of standards that have to be regulated with the food industry, and it's not just as
That's what we're saying about our
let's just say you have to be careful as to what the media tells you is going on with your food versus getting to your farmer and actually asking what is going on with my food.
And there's a program that I think the USDA may have started, but it's a program Get to Know Your Farmer. And the best thing for you to do is to know where your food source is.
Right.
And if someone knows us, they know we're going to take care of our sheep and stuff, our cattle, with cattle raising them.
Exactly.
And knowing that source, then it'll make your food a little bit better.
Well, I know that I feel safer. I know that I just feel like the quality of it, and it always tastes better to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, my family is really big supporters of the beef industry, and when they go out to a restaurant, they're probably going to order a beef dish. I'm the black sheep, in that I'm like, no.
We're glad you stepped out.
I only want to eat. I only want to eat my beef. I like my beef better. And so to me, it's just a bit of a disappointment always because it doesn't taste like my beef.
Right.
So I will order lamb. Now this is probably going to ruin it for me because I'll be like, no, I only want Three Hills farm lamb. Because you just can relate to me and tell the quality. I've always been a bit of a foodie type person, and I want the good food. And I'm going to eat more of this when I'm not having to talk and be on camera, off camera, because it was that good. So in summary, you guys, focusing on bettering your health, living well, exercising, the other animals on the farm, the Cheviot sheep, you've got some cows.
We got a Hereford base on our cattle.
Okay, how nice.
So, and then our crops, of course, is pasture, and it's a mixed pasture, and then hay. And hay is usually clover, orchard grass, timothy mix on that. So those are our crops that we raise.
And with the beef, you just do a commercial operation. You also don't sell beef, correct?
No, we do not sell
beef. I just want to make that clear, too. Okay. And how many head are you running of your sheep?
Right now we have 60 head on the farm.
Okay.
And so we talked about earlier, maybe we have about 32, 33, something of that number that should lamb earlier this spring. Well, January, February, and we call that spring lambing when it's that early even. But so we hope that maybe by end of March that we'll have 50 or more baby lambs on there. Because that's one thing, sheep usually have more than one baby, one lamb.
How fortunate.
So
the farmer.
That helps out.
The farmer likes that. And if people at home want to purchase some lamb to eat,
well, what they can do is they call us, and we may have a waiting list on there because right now we've got an inventory that we supply our customers, our current customers, and our inventory is just barely enough to cover that. And so that's the purpose of trying to expand the flock, that we can cover more calling customers that want some, and then we'll put on a waiting list and try to determine, when we can get that.
Website. I know. We're after this airs at the very end, we're going to run your website name so that people can find you. But you can go to Google and find it'll be something Three Hills Farm. You
can go to threehills.farm, and that's going to be our easiest one probably to go to. But there's a contact blog on there that if they want to contact us, they can contact us on there. And
do you know yet if you're going to do packages, or are people going to need to buy a whole or half when you're selling it? Do you know that yet?
That's how I look.
Turn to the farmer.
Yeah, let me look at.
Don't know that yet.
Okay.
Right now we're selling as a whole, but if they want to, then we can get it to a slaughter facility that will package it how they want it, and they can specify and.
Which is always nice.
I think especially if you have somebody says, hey, I just need a half a lamb, or I just want a fourth of a lamb, you're like, okay. And then as you get other people that want a half or something, so when you get all of that together, then you can kind of do it.
I know it's hard to sell in pieces because then all your lamb chops are going to be gone.
Oh yeah.
For example, we talked with a grocery store that was doing kind of like a Whole Foods type thing.
Right.
And they wanted to buy it in boxed portions, and it was strange how they wanted it. I want the legs and I want the shoulder. I thought, well, what about the lamb chops? I don't want those. He said, they're too expensive.
Yeah.
It's
hard.
You run into that, and so for me that was great. I thought, fine, I can sell lamb chops.
I'll be able to get rid of this. But what I always like to do, and this is one of the things that's important, is to have a really good freezer. A big one, a small one. We put our half a cow in one, and I'm going to add in my half a lamb in there in the other.
And that's the good thing about lamb is it's not going to be so huge like a beef.
Right, yeah, the beef it takes up.
It's more manageable to handle.
Yeah, for the average person and their space limitations. And then, you've got your meat right there in your house. And you know where it came from. It's the way that I like to go. Anything else you guys want to add for the people at home, either about the sheep, either about Zija, living well?
If you have any questions, just give us a call. There's probably some facts I've thrown out there and I've transposed numbers or something, but you might just holler at us. The Zija does have, besides nutritionals, they have a skin line, which is amazing.
Oh, really?
They just came out with a shampoo and conditioner that I actually have people use. I actually take it to some people in salons. And I was like, okay, I want you to try it.
Yeah.
They just came out with an oil-based toothpaste. So the company is just really up and going, and I just appreciate their leadership and everything that they do for us because they're just an amazing group of people and a lot of support. Yeah. Anytime that they do come out with a product and they say, this will be great for this, if I go test it because I don't want to put something out there. So when they came out with their workout line, again, I was not the person they needed to test it on. So I went to my friends that were athletes, my friends that were runners. I'm like, okay, I need you to do all this so that when I stand in front of a group, I don't want to tell you something that, that is not
that
right.
You didn't personally experience.
And they're not about trying to medicate anything. They're just about trying to make you be aware of, just a natural health revolution. Be aware of what you're doing, of what you're buying, of what you're putting into your food, of what the toxicities that are around us or the toxins that are around us.
Right.
Make good choices and, continue, if you're with a physician, continue to be with that physician.
And sometimes it's just trying it.
Yes.
When I came in, I'm going, I don't know how I'm going to talk. So we've filmed quite a lot today, and I wasn't sure how I was going to talk because I just was having a moment, and you gave me a little apple slice with some peppermint oil, and you're like, this will help you, and it did. And I've been able to talk plus this tea for, I don't know, 2 hours, an hour and a half now, I'm not sure, but I really appreciate you cooking all of this.
Wait till you eat it first. Then you can tell us if
no,
you appreciate it.
It was good.
Well, we appreciate y'all coming and stuff. And if somebody wants to talk to us, I can talk all day about farming. I'm very passionate about that. I'm very passionate about our Cheviot sheep.
Yes.
So,
and they were really special.
So maybe we'll have a time to come back during lambing or something like that.
I know, I would really like that. I think it would help me live well to spend time with the lambs, the baby lambs. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope that you will take time to live well.
All right, we're back here once again with Live Well, and we've moved over to the table, and man, this looks great. But Bobby, if you'll give thanks, we'll sample this food, and then we'll talk a little more about how people live well.
Sounds good, and that's a good idea. Bow with me, please. Our Father in heaven, we are thankful for the many blessings you give us. And Father, we're thankful for our farm, and we pray, Father, that you'll continue to bless us, to watch over us. And Father, we ask that you bless our family, our friends, our farm, and ask now, too, that you bless this food. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay.
Well, tell us what you think, Ethan.
Okay.
See how it's going to taste.
It sure looks good. Cut it with a fork. You got to like that.
So one of the things that you need to know about lamb is it's very high in omega 3 and 6. Those are some of the building blocks for your proteins and stuff that your body has to have. It's also very high in zinc and is a staple of the Mediterranean diet. So just think the Mediterranean diet is gaining popularity as one of the most healthiest diets. So this fits right in with that. One of the things about what you're eating today, and one of the things we've been talking about, is just basically kind of knowing where your food comes from, because you want to know who handles your food, where it's come from, how it's grown. One of the things about lamb that's a little bit different than some of your other breeds, lamb generally is straight on the farm. It's, you know, they're from birth to the time they leave the farm, you know, for slaughter. It stays on the farm. It's not, it's one of the few animals that's not bought a lot outside of the farm to come to the farm to live. The sweet potatoes off of Dayton Mountain, the okra you're eating, Tyler Swafford off of Lloyd and Diana Family Farm on the Swafford Farm. So everything you're eating has came out of Bledsoe County, came from the farms of Bledsoe County. I got the sweet potatoes up at the Wood and Orchard, and I think that they get them from a different farmer up there on the orchard. So there's a lot of farmers in Bledsoe County who have a lot of produce that if you'll just go up on the mountains and kind of look around, you're going to find a lot of good things up there, and that are very healthy for all of us to be eating, and we know who grew them.
Well, I know, yeah, all the farmers that I've ever worked for, they're very conscientious to the environment and their farm, and they feed their families right out of their own fields. Tyler's got a young family, and I know others you mentioned. So yeah, it's everybody's health conscious, no matter what type of production they're in.
Right. In the natural health company that I'm with and associated with, one of the comments that is continuously made is that we are the most overfed and undernourished nation, because there is just so much out there that is just loaded with calories, but it is not loaded with nutrition. And so getting back to the basics is what you're trying to do to get the nutrition that your body needs, the way God designed our bodies to work.
This may be borderline of getting political, but I think I read somewhere the other day that we're the first country in history that the #1 health problem of those below the poverty line is obesity.
Yes. Yes. There's 180,000, I think, deaths associated a year for just soda, is one of the things that one of our scientists, I'm pretty sure I've got that statistic right. But the deaths from obesity is just like, it's running wild right now. And if once you become conscientious of that, and you just see how much we just have so much inactivity in our lives. And so, and not by anybody's fault, you know, a lot of times, you know, parents are just trying to make all their kids' ball games, and you're running from work and you're sitting on a bleacher and you're running to the next thing and you're running to the next thing, and you come home exhausted and you're very tired. But as far as your level of activity, you really haven't got your heart rate up or anything like that. And nutrition at the ballpark, it's generally some nachos with chili, isn't it, Bob?
It is. This is much better.
This is great. I remember eating lamb some as a child, but this is a great dish. I'm very much enjoying it. I know I'm going to get steer the subject away from production agriculture, and I've got several other comments I could make about that. But just as you raise productivity, it seems like more things get automated, so you can get more done and sweat less, all at the same time. So you got to be careful with your health and think about that. But I can do as much work as a repairman at the phone company, but I have a boom where they used to climb, and then I come home and I feed a round bale and a cab tractor, where we used to, as a child, would throw the square bales onto the wagon and back off into the fields. So yeah, I'm getting more done, sweating less. So there's part of that obesity problem, even to those who are self-proclaimed not lazy. So, but I'll get off that topic, and I know Katie's going to want to come in here and talk with y'all about things that you do to live well. And I appreciate the prayer. I know that y'all are spiritual and got a great deal of faith. You have raised a great family right here, and they've all turned out well. So we'll take a break here, and Bobby and I will enjoy this meal for sure, but then we'll let Katie sit in with you and talk about the different ways of life that y'all can share with people to keep your sanity in all this busy world. I've always respected you and admired you. I appreciate you letting us come in your home and just sharing where your food comes from, but we'll let Katie come in here and talk to you about just how to stay mentally healthy.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you being here. Appreciate the opportunity to share our home, our farm, with you all.
Thank you.